Hello everybody, this is Demass33, and today I wanted to do a video on what things to look for when you're purchasing a leopard gecko. And one of the things that I do when I'm purchasing a leopard gecko is the mouth area. This is Sunny, by the way, and as you can tell, he has a really clean mouth, right? I also like to look at to make sure that there's no gaps in between the mouth. Okay, it's nice, clean. There's no signs of infection or any bacterial infections. Okay, so when you're purchasing a leopard gecko, always look for that. Okay, another thing you want to look for is the thickness of the tail. Okay. You want to make sure that the tail is, the thicker the better. If it's really thick, then you know for a fact that that leopard gecko is a good eater. It has a good size to it, then you're fine. There's nothing wrong. But the main thing is you want to make sure that the general rule is that it's a nice tail. Okay. I also look at nostrils. As you can tell, Sunny here has really clean nostrils. Okay, so that's another thing you want to look for in a leopard gecko is the nostrils. Just want to make sure that there's nothing stuck in there. Usually shed gets stuck in there, so that's a clear indication of a nice healthy animal. Feet. A lot of people just choose to ignore that because they see a nice morph. Morph is a different color leopard gecko. This will be your normal leopard gecko. Feet are very important to make sure that they're not unusually large. You don't want them to be, sometimes they can get some kind of like inflamed things, and I don't know if that's just the way they grew up, because of the egg or some kind of like metabolic bone disease and stuff like that. It's very important that these animals get some type of calcium. Some people believe in having D3 in it, some people don't. In the wild, they might come out right when the sun goes down, which there's still rays of the sun giving off D3. So I always give D3. I give vitamin D3 with my leopard geckos. But again, it's each their own, You don't have to, but I do it. So D3 is very important as they get older. Once they get big, at over a year old, calcium only has to be given to them maybe twice a week or something like that, or not as much as you normally do it. Some people just put a cap of calcium. They'll come up and lick it whenever they feel like they need it. That's the way I do it anyways. Limbs, again, make sure that they're nice and proportionate, not too skinny. Okay, skinny limbs and a skinny tail is not a good sign of a healthy leopard gecko. Okay, so you want nice strong limbs if you're looking for an adult. For a baby it's different because obviously they haven't built that muscle yet, but as they get older you want to make sure that they're nice and healthy. Eyes, this is very important. With the eyes, you want to make sure that they have clear eyes, okay? That they don't have any old stuck shed in the eyes and stuff like that. That's why it's very important to have a moist hide with a leopard gecko. Head. If it's a female and you're going to purchase a leopard gecko and you're looking for a female, just make sure that on the head itself there's no bite marks. If they are, that's a clear indication that they were used for some kind of breeding or housed with more than one leopard gecko. Usually males, bite the females either on the side of the neck or on top to hold them down for breeding. So if you're looking for a female leopard gecko and she has bite marks on top of her head, most likely she was an ex-breeder. You can bring that to the attention of the breeder and they might just give you a discount because it's not clean, what they say. but sometimes they can use the reverse and say, oh, it's a proven breeder. So that's why I'm asking X amount of money. Regardless, it's an animal that was used in a breeding program, and to me, they shouldn't be charge a lot of money for an ex-breeder if you're buying it as a pet. I guess that just boils down to whether that breeder is concerned whether that animal is going to a really happy home or just trying to get rid of it for a lot of money. I don't know. It's up to them, really. And it's up to you guys to make that decision. Personally, I don't like buying old breeders. You know, especially if I'm just buying it for a pet. So we went over head and just overall weight of the animal. Okay? Make sure it's a nice healthy weight. For instance, I use Sunny. He's probably the most proportionate. The other guys I have are you know, are huge. But Sunny's a good guy, and I love him a lot. So he's one of those guys you could take to a birthday party and stuff like that, and not gotta worry about anybody getting bit or something like that, because he's really cool. He has a real mellow attitude. And it's daytime and he's out here. You don't see him squinting his eyes because he's not a nocturnal. He's not an albino. He is a nocturnal animal. He's not albino. So, and that's a clean leopard gecko. So these are the things you look for before purchasing a leopard gecko. Now it doesn't matter the color as long as the animal's healthy. This is the Mass 33 here. Happy holidays, Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. And for all you that don't celebrate any holidays, happy days to you guys. Peace.